So the words and the works. In the world of data, you will be coming across terminologies which is good to know. So it's pretty fundamental. So I'm just going to go through that. Here is this small blurb. You either have opinion on data, So let's move on. Let's say you are the king of the jungle, okay? And in the world you will be dealing with, will likely be your boss. But hey, boss is not your king. You don't have to fear him, But let's assume he's the boss, and he gives you a task saying that, hey, I am hungry, and I keep on getting hungry. You need to find me a prey, okay? So he comes to you, the data lady. You're a fox, by the way, okay? You are this fox in this jungle, comes to you saying that, hey, find me a prey. So you say, hey, I'm a fox. How do I find a prey? You are fiercer than me. You are more stronger than me. You probably are faster than me. I can eat the crumbs left over after you're done with your meal, but I'm not going to be able to find a prey for you, okay? But I can help you. I have some tricks, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at your past behavior. Where have you been? Where were you? Or where did you go? And where were you able to find a prey in the past? At what time? Okay. I'm going to crunch some numbers for you. I'm going to present you a report. Okay. That should tell you where to go based on what you have done in the past. Okay. That's the world of descriptive analytics. Okay? So pretty straightforward. Have some data, a little bit of data, crunch some numbers based on your past behavior, and you present the numbers. Okay. The boss says, I'm not happy. I did what you told me based on my behavior, but even then, I did all this work. And it's a hit or miss, right? So I go there, I expend all this energy, I go there, and a lot of the times I'm not able to find what I need, okay? And I come back hungry and angry, okay? There's a word for it called hangry, okay? So it comes to, can you do better, okay? I say, sure, as a data lady, I have a lot of tricks up my sleeves, okay? I'm not only going to look at your past behavior, I'm going to assess what's going on in the jungle, okay? What type of creatures live there, or where do they get together, or where do they aggregate, okay? Maybe there is a watering hole, maybe there is a big animal party, okay? Where all these animals get together, and maybe I'll point you to that, but it only happens at a certain time, at a certain place. Maybe it never happens because there could be weather situations which could cause that event not to happen and all those things, right? But I'm going to crunch some numbers, and I'm going to give you a chance metric, or a probability metric, saying that, you're going to be able to find a prey if you do what I'm going to tell you to do, or what my tricks are going to tell you to do 90% of the time. Okay, so 90% of the time you go expend your energy, you do all this work, but once you go there, you're going to find prey. Okay. So basically the data lady or the fox is basically doing some kind of a prediction. Okay. That's the world of predictive analytics. Okay. Pretty straightforward. The boss says, 90% is not good enough. I don't even want to take a chance. Okay. 10% of the time I come back hangry. Okay, angry plus hungry. Okay, hungry. Can you do better? Okay, so what tweaks are you going to make? So as a data lady, you're going to say, I'm going to look at different variables. Okay, and I'm going to say, okay, if I assess this variable, if I tweak this variable, the animals are likely to congregate at a certain point with a higher likelihood. Okay, or if I'm able to tweak certain variables or certain patterns in the data, or I can combine variables and look at the data differently or whatever, right, and analyze it and present you with some kind of a prescription. Okay, that means you're going to say, what should the fox do to increase the probability or likelihood? So instead of 90%, now you're 95% sure. So you're basically tweaking stuff in this process. Okay, of course you're not as a data lady, as a fox, you're not going to be tweaking the pattern in the jungle and so on. But in a business, okay. So by the way, that's the world of prescriptive analytics. That's the holy grail. Okay, if you can do this, not only can you predict, not only can you analyze data, you can predict, and then you can prescribe what changes should be made in, say, in corporate marketing or in HR or in operations. How do you reduce cost? How do you design better products? What parameters you can tweak in your business, in a business you work in, or any business you're working. Anytime you're surrounded by data, okay, so you'll come across situations when you go out in the world, or if you are already in the world, right, in the business world, where you'll be surrounded with data, but not a lot of people will have the know-how or the skill set to sort of look at it from the perspective of solving and improving a business, or improving a process, improving a product. Okay, if you could do that, that's the holy grail. Okay, and that's prescriptive analytics. So just to summarize, okay, descriptive analytics, we talked about what it's based on what has happened. Most of the time it's simple statistical math, some number crunching and so on, right? And that's 90% of data analytics efforts today. Okay, so you say when you watch a Netflix movie, for example, right? You watch it, say 20 minutes, and you move on to the next one. Okay, so there is a record of that, saying that this guy or this girl, when he's watching that movie, he doesn't like that kind of movie, and he moves on to the next one, right? So there's a record. Or when you like a Facebook post, or when you buy a certain product. Okay, so let's say when you're going to a grocery store and you buy a certain product, and you say, when someone like him buys this product, he also tends to buy this, and this. Okay, so that's the world of descriptive analytics. Okay, most of the time it's simple math, it's simple aggregation, and all those things, right? Predictive analytics is the next level up, which is the world which gets a little bit more sophisticated. There's the world of machine learning and all those things, right? That's like predicting based on all this data you have, and combining variables and changing variables, and knowing what variables to add, knowing what not to add. And the more sophisticated, even more sophisticated, is prescriptive analytics, where you're trying to understand your business. Okay, what changes or what parameters actually make your business go up or down, a product gets better or worse, a process gets better or worse, and operations, improving operations, and so on, right? So that's like you basically have this understanding of the business, or understanding of the product, to change the levels of different variables and see the impact of those changes on the outcome variable. Okay, so that's prescriptive analytics. I highly recommend this book. I'm not sure if you are into reading, and if you like to read this kind of, it's a little bit dull, but Michael Lewis is an excellent storyteller. Okay, so and there is this. So the central thesis on this is around this guy called Daryl Morey. Okay, I think so. He's the general manager of Houston Rockets as of today, and Houston Rockets, by the way, is a basketball team. I don't watch a lot of sports, by the way, but he has literally changed the world of not only basketball through data and analytics, but basically all sports, right? And there is a huge amount of number crunching that goes on in trying to sort of not only choosing the right players for the team, but a lot of different stats around those players and the game and all those things, right? So I come from a land of cricket. Even cricket I don't watch, right? So So I would not be the right person to talk about it, but I love the book, right? So it tells you something. So I highly recommend this, right? If you're into this, of course. And that's about it. Oh, by the way, so there are two kinds of people in the world: those who can extrapolate from incomplete data, and